first graders, Miss Adams. I'm sitting in my garden. This is a great habitat for birds. You might hear a lot of them as we're recording today. We've heard some books about animals that live in the ocean and on land, and today we'll hear about animals that live around the world and can walk on land, swim in the sea, and fly through the air. Birds. Think about what you already know about birds. We're going to read Birds, and here's the subtitle, Winged and Feathered Animals. There's our title page, Birds, Winged and Feathered Animals by Suzanne Slade and illustrated by Kristen Kest. The table of contents has a list of all the chapter names on it. Sometimes the chapter name can give you a clue as to what might be in those chapters. It's like a title for each chapter. I'm going to read the titles, and as I read the titles, I want you to think about what do you wonder or hope that you'll find out by reading them. A world full of animals, feathers and wings, bones and blood, beginning as an egg, home sweet home, perching and water birds, hungry birds, flightless birds, strange birds. Do some wondering before we start. The beginning of our book looks like this. A world full of birds. Millions of animals live on our planet. Scientists classify animals or group them together by looking at how the animals are alike or different. 6 of the more familiar main groups of animals living on Earth are mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, and insects. Let's take a closer look at birds. Scientists have found about 10,000 different kinds of birds in the world. All birds have certain things in common. Feathers and wings, a backbone, lightweight bones, and a 4-chambered heart. They are warm-blooded and they hatch from eggs. Our first chapter is called Feathers and Wings. Think about what you're going to learn about feathers here. All birds have feathers and wings. Feathers protect birds' skin from the sun and keep birds warm during winter. Feathers are also lightweight and help birds fly. Most birds have strong wings and can fly fast and far. Many travel hundreds of miles each year when they migrate to new places. This is a ring-necked duck, and this is a mallard duck, and it says birds preen or clean their feathers often. They use their hard beaks to comb their feathers. So think about what have you learned about some ways that feathers might help birds. Bones and blood. Every bird has a skeleton made of a backbone and other small bones inside its body. Animals with backbones are called vertebrates. Many bird bones have spaces or air in them. These lightweight bones allow birds to fly better. Birds have hearts with 4 chambers or large spaces. They're also warm-blooded animals. That means their body temperature always stays the same. Here is an Arctic tern, and it says, as they soar through the sky, birds breathe in a gas called oxygen with their lungs. Like people, birds need oxygen to live. The next section is called Beginning as an Egg. A bird's life begins inside an egg covered with a hard shell. Most female birds lay their eggs in nests. A parent bird often sits on the eggs to keep them safe and warm until the young birds hatch. Parent birds bring food to their young until the young are old enough to leave the nest. Birds can fly a few weeks after hatching. These birds are barn swallows. Most birds build their nests out of sticks, feathers, and grasses, but some do not. A small bird called a swallow uses mud and feathers to make its nest. Home sweet home. Birds live in different habitats all around the world. Many birds, such as colorful macaws and parrots, live in sunny places. The hot desert is home to the singing cactus wren. Large roadrunners also love to sprint across the desert sand at speeds of about 17 miles per hour. Here's the cactus wren, and there's the roadrunner. Are you thinking about the habitats of birds? There's one more thing to read. Perching and water birds. Robins, cardinals, and other perching birds live in woodlands and gardens. These birds have 4 strong toes that grip branches lightly. A perching bird does not fall off a branch when it sleeps because its toes keep squeezing as it snoozes. Here's a cardinal and robin. Water birds live near lakes, rivers, and ocean. Most are graceful swimmers as well as strong flyers. Ducks, swans, and geese use their webbed feet to paddle on the water. Storks and flamingos have long, stick-like legs. They wade in shallow water. This is a wood duck, a mallard duck, and a flamingo. And this is a close-up of the webbed feet. Water birds have oil on their feathers to keep them dry. These waterproof feathers also help water birds stay warm. Think about what you've learned about a bird habitat so far. Next, we'll hear about hungry birds. Birds that hunt and kill other animals for food are called predators. Eagles and owls are predators. They have good eyesight and sharp claws to catch their prey. Vultures and other scavenger birds eat dead animals. Scavengers use their sense of smell to find food. Many birds, such as peacocks and chickens, eat seeds and fruit. Some birds dine on insects and worms. I'm going to turn the book and read this little section. Birds use their hard beaks to crack open seeds and nuts. They can't chew their food because they don't have teeth. Instead, birds swallow their food whole. So think about what birds eat. How do they eat? This section's called flightless birds. All birds have wings, but not all birds can fly. Flightless birds have other ways of getting around with their short legs. Penguins waddle slowly across the surfaces. In water, their wings work like flippers to help them swim fast. This is the emperor penguins. Ostriches and emus have long, strong legs for running. An ostrich can run 43 miles per hour. The dodo bird once lived on the island of Mauritius, but it was extinct by 1681. It had a chubby gray body and short legs. Although it had wings, it didn't use them to fly. It is known for its funny name and hooked beak, the dodo bird. This next section is strange birds. Swifts spend most of their lives in the air. They eat, mate, and even sleep while flying. Bee eaters have an unusual diet. They often munch on bees and wasps. This is a bee eater, and that's the swift. Hummingbirds are amazing flyers. They can hover in one place and fly backward. These are hummingbirds. It says birds called cuckoos are not crazy, but they are pushy. Many Cuckoos lay their eggs in other birds' nests. Once the young cuckoos hatch, they shove the other young birds out of the nest. Think about, what things have you learned about birds today? What was the most surprising or interesting thing that you heard about birds? Did you get any wondering answered?
There's a hummingbird behind you.
Good. Did you get your wondering questions answered? And if you didn't, where can you go get those questions answered? Pebble Go has a great section on birds, and Tumble Books has a lot of nonfiction books about birds. And when we meet live, I'm going to read you a section in the book called Extreme Birds. Thank you for listening today. I hope you were thinking about birds and what you learned